So guys, this is my Linux terminal. I assume that you know how to install Linux, or get a Linux terminal. If you need any help on that side, just let me know. Maybe I'll create some video on how to create a Linux box on cloud. But for now, I'm assuming that you have a Linux box, and let me introduce a few commands to you. The very first command that we would see would be man, which is nothing but kind of manual. So this is a manual. I mean, whatever commands that you would see, if you run a manual page for it, it will give you info. What I mean to say is, so let's say our first command is pwd. It talks about our present working directory, the directory that I'm in, which is /root. Now, if I don't know many options of pwd, and or maybe if I don't know pwd, but I know a pwd is a command. So to know more about it, I would say man pwd, and then it would show what it means. So pwd means present name of directory or present working directory, and what different options I have got. So man is an important command, and to come out of this manual, we'll have to press q, small q. So I'll just come out of this page. Okay. So pwd, like I said, talks about present working directory, and the next command is ls, which shows the listing. Now, ls talks about the contents in that directory. Since we don't have any content in this directory, let's study few commands to create files. So the command to create file is touch. Let's name a file as gen. So can you see it created a file? It's a blank file right now. That's why it's of 0 KB, and file with the name gen. So now if I say ls, I can see gen. So ls is list the files or contents in that directory, and ls-l, which is a long listing, shows you a long listing. You see the difference in output, right? So ls-l shows you the long listing, and ls would give you a short list of all the files present in this. The best feature of Linux is also, within the same command, you can create multiple files. So if I say touch, Feb, March, April, it would create 3 files in a single go. And now if I say ls, so see, you can see Jan is file which I already created, and the rest of the files I was able to create in a single go. And if I say ls-l, it's a long listing. So you can see the difference in output. So guys, in this section, we would only see commands related to the files and directories. There are many commands related to operation system, networking, and kernel so far, and processes. But in this section, I would like to keep it short. So this was all about creating a file. You can add a content to a file. Like I said, these are blank files which are created right now. Let's say if you want to add a content to this, there is an editor called vi. And let's say if I want to edit content in file named jan, I will say vi and space jan, enter. Now here, like you see, I won't be able to edit anything. To go into the edit mode or to write anything into file, I will have to press I character, I as in India. So I would press I, and if you see, so now I'm in an insert mode. So in this insert mode, I can write anything that I want in that file. And I would, to save this, I would press escape, then shift colon as you can see in this screen, and then I'll say press W and exclamation, and sorry, so it saved the content with W. And now to quit, what I would say is I would press escape, then shift colon and Q. So Q is to quit, Q and exclamation. So now I am out of the file. If you want to see what contents did I write in this file, I can go for another command, cat space chan. So Jan is a file name, and if I do cat, it would show me the contents. So on the first line and second line we had this content. Maybe I left third line as a blank, so it's appearing as a blank. So VI is an editor. Like I said, there are various other editors as well. Right now we use VI to write in a file. The next command that we have is move. So again, let's see what files we have got. We have got these 4 files. Let's say if I want to rename a file. So to rename a file, I can go for command move, mv move. Let's say I want to rename April file, APR file as June, JUN. So if I say move APR space June and say enter, I'll say ls or ls-l. You see here I had a file named April, but here I don't see any, but I can see June. So the file was renamed, the file named April was renamed to June, JUN. Now, since we have a lot of output over here and there is a lot of clutter on the screen, there's another command to clear a screen, and the command is clear, C-L-E-A-R. So the command is gone. I mean, rest of the commands are gone, and command is C-L-E-A-R. I'll enter it once again. Okay. Let's see the long list once again. The shortcut to ls-l is also ll. So you might have seen I ran this command ll. So ll is same as ls-l. Can you see this? And now, if you remember, I wrote some content to Jan file. So that's why you can see this has got some bytes of information. While the last command that we ran is for the renaming April file to June. Okay. The next command that I would like to share is copy. So let's say we have some content in Jan. I would like to create some another file, let's say December, same as Jan, which should have same content as Jan. So I would say copy, then the original file, which is Jan, and then the new file, which I want to have same content as the file Jan has. So let's say it's December. So now you can see there are the Jan file exists because I haven't renamed. I just copied it to some other name, December. And let's see if the contents are same. Contents in Jan are, this is the content in Jan file. The content in December file, DEC, is this one. So you can see the content is same. So we simply copied the content using cp command. Another command is, now since we have created one file, we should also be aware of how to delete those files. So let's say I want to remove one file. So the command to remove a file is rm. And let's say I want to remove file named March, MAR. So I would say remove. It would ask for the confirmation. Do you want to really remove? You say yes or say Y as in yes, and it would remove. So now if we see, there is no file that exists. Now you can also modify remove command so as to, it won't prompt you for this. So what you can do is you can say rm-f, that means remove forcefully. Let's try to remove another file, June, JUN. So now if I fire this command rm-f June, it didn't ask me or prompt me for the confirmation because I removed it forcefully. And let's see if the contents are removed. So you can see the file is removed. So this is another way of using remove command. The next command that we would study is, okay, let's clear the screen first. The next command that we would study is for making a directory. So far we were able to create file, but let's try to create a directory, and the command to create directory is mkdir, that is make directory. Let's create a directory turbo. Let's see how it looks. So guys, one important thing to point out here is these all are files, but turbo is a directory. There are two ways to know this. Files are in white, while directory is in blue. So that is some setting done in the kernel. I mean, you can change this stuff as well. You can modify a lot of GUI settings in Linux. That's a positive or benefit of using this operating system. The other thing that you can by with the help of which you can identify this file or directory is this. So you can see in this line for this turbo, we see the first initial as D. So this highlights that this is a directory. While in case of files, there would be nothing on the first bit. So that's what it's about, making a directory. And again, the another beauty of this command is you can make n number of directories within the same command. So I can say test1, test2, test3. So in a single command, if I see, I was able to create multiple directories. So just like files, you can create multiple directories. Now, how to go into this directory? So the command to go inside directory is cd. Before going for cd command, I would like to brush up on our first command, pwd. So let me see what is my current or present working directory. Pwd, it's root. Now the command that we are going to see is change directory, cd. So let's say if I want to go to turbo directory, this one. So I would say cd space turbo turbo directory, and I'm inside turbo. So you can see this, I'm inside the turbo directory. Now if I run pwd, so I'm just asking Linux which is my present working directory. So it prompts saying that my present working directory is /root. And if I want to come out of this directory, I would say cd space ... and I would come out of this directory. Now if I say pwd, it would show /root. Let me clear the screen again. So I'm into pwd, and these are the various directories. Now if I want to go to some other directory, I would run cd space test3, and again if I run pwd, I'm into test3. So you can see the change, right? I would again come back one step back. You can also say cd space ... to come out by one step, and you would again be in the /root directory. Now let's study how to remove a directory. So you can remove an empty directory by remove command, rm turbo. Sorry. So the command to remove a directory is so by if it's a blank directory, it's rmdir and the directory name. So let's check. So this command is to remove directory, rmdir, remove directory turbo, and like you can see, it deleted this directory. So now here it didn't prompt me anything because turbo, as you know, was a blank directory. Let us go into one of these directories and create some files into it. So I'll go into cd test1 directory. I'll clear screen again. So I'm into test1, and if I say ll, there are no files. I will say I will create a file using touch command, touch abc. I would create 3 files, and now you can see there are 3 blank files. I would come out of this directory. So I'm into root, and now as you can see, test directory has got some data. It's not blank. So if I say rmdir test1, it's not empty, so it didn't delete. While in earlier case it got deleted, the turbo directory, it simply deleted. So what you can do is you can say rm -rf. So we are removing forcefully, and -r is recursively. So what we are saying here is remove test1 directory and recursively whatever contents are there inside it. So let's see what happens. So it ran. So test1 was deleted. The point that I would like to highlight here is test1, as you know, guys, had this many files. It was not an empty directory, it had some files. So using rmdir, I wasn't able to delete it. The prompt said it failed with an error saying directory is not empty. So if the directory is not empty, you can delete it using this command, rm, that is remove -rf. So a last command that we would study today is again arrow command. So by arrow I mean up and down arrow keys on your mouse. I'll show you once quickly. So I'm talking about these arrow keys up and down. So if you use up and down arrow keys, you can run all the commands in history that you have in your history. For example, I want to run clear command to clear my screen. I can simply type clear, or I can scroll, this, I can scroll up and down, and when I find the clear command in my history, I would simply press enter and I'm clear. I'm back to the clear screen. So that's what it was all about, guys. This was short session on more on file and directory commands. If you like this session, I would suggest you press like, share, and subscribe to these videos. I would like to create more videos on Linux commands. Please let me know if you like this video and what content would you like to see in my rest of the videos.